G'day YouTube, Max right here, and just looking at a few Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin hitting 5,700 over here. We are only $1,000 away from the all-time high. This is all exactly as predicted. Let me know in the comments. I really want to know how many of you guys were in this trade where I told you I'm going to jump in here as we broke this trend line. Let me know if you jumped on board and were able to run this all the way from, what was it, 46,000 all the way up to now 57. And let me know, are you going to hold on for a little bit longer? I certainly am. Let me know what you're going to do. We'll take a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance here. We see Bitcoin right now has just had an explosion today, and it brought itself back inside the trend line. So something to look at. By the way, I just want to point out, look at all these indecision candles. An indecision candle, this is got like a spinning top. It's got a really long wick up, really long wick down, really small body. And this is on the daily in the Bitcoin dominance chart, and there's just indecision after indecision after indecision. I think there's a little something to this right now. I'm going to go and investigate that further when I've finished with this video. See if I can detect some patterns that are happening within a 24-hour period. Could be something along the lines of Bitcoin's the place to be in the morning, altcoin's the place to be in the afternoon, or something like that. I'm going to go and hunt that out. Let me know if you find anything in the comments. And finally, I just wanted to touch on a couple of news pieces here. So I'll head over to Simply Hodl. It's kind of like the drudge of crypto. Check it out. And there's some cool articles here today. So the Bitcoin balance on exchanges is going down. There has been $10 billion withdrawn in the last 4 months. So for those of you who don't know, because Bitcoin is such an open and transparent ledger, we can kind of see where the flows of money are coming. And there are people who do analytics to see, well, how much money is sitting on the exchanges and how much money is sitting elsewhere. And so we can see when people are withdrawing money off the exchange. What that typically means is people are hodling, people are depositing fiat, buying up Bitcoin and taking it, putting it in cold storage. So this basically means it's not really available for sale. Now they can send it back, this is true, but this is usually an indication that the Bitcoin has got into strong hands. These are people who are not looking to sell. They're just acquiring. They're going to sit on it for years, at least a certain portion of them. And it usually means supply is being bought up. The amount of supply available for purchase or trading has gone down. Usually we start to see price rises as a result. This is what's happened over the last 4 months. Look at the price over the last 4 months. So that's an important trend to keep an eye on. Heads up, there are some new tax rules, and so some things you want to check out here. One about one there on Fortune, and one over here about IRS initiating it's what they call a hidden treasure, and it's trying to capture people who are not reporting their crypto assets. So be careful this tax season, please. The editor of this is a huge Cardano fan, so expect to see some Cardano news on this on Simply Hodl. But this is pretty amazing. So Cardano, it's a competitor to Ethereum. It's in the smart chain world, in the DeFi world, in a lot of these worlds, and it's just released it just had the upgrade where it will allow people to create assets on the Cardano chain. And in the space of just 8 days, 591 assets have been minted and created. That is really, really cool. Good news for the guys over there at Cardano. And this is pretty huge. Nearly $10 billion worth of Bitcoin is now held by publicly traded companies on their balance sheet. And this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. This has all kind of happened in the last 6 months. Yeah. The vast majority of that 10 billion has happened in the last 6 months. And so Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, he's kind of led the charge on this. And I think it was just last month in February 2021, he held like a big, I guess, an education event for other Fortune 500 companies. And they had like 7,000 people in attendance. And just so you know, if they're a Fortune 500 company to like come up with a strategy like, let's go and buy and hodl some Bitcoin, it's like turning the Titanic, these massive companies. There's legals and it's bureaucracy inside of government. So you're an individual investor most likely. You're retail. You can turn on a dime. You go, I want to buy Bitcoin today, you go and make it happen. These guys, it takes about 3 to 6 months. And so Michael Saylor kind of led the way the last kind of bit, grabbing all the headlines, doing it first. He then has run this kind of educational event for other companies. He gave them the playbook. Here's all the steps I went through to make this a reality for a publicly listed company. And we are going to see, in my opinion, in the next 3 to 6 months, as a result of what Michael Saylor did, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this number jump from 10 billion to 100 billion in the next 6 months. Partly a wave of money coming in from publicly traded companies, but also partly the appreciation of Bitcoin. So it's entirely possible that Michael Saylor might have $100 billion of Bitcoin by the end of this bull run in 6 months. So let's keep an eye on that. But just very, very bullish news. That it's just there's no investment like the cryptocurrency space right now. There's just nothing. I mean, it's up 400% or so, in the last kind of 6 months. More. I mean, we're approaching a 500% increase in the last 4 months. So this is just, it's the place to be, and I think you're absolutely crazy anyone who's not there. Yeah, so all right, guys, let me know if you like this kind of format, you like me touching on some news points, you like me doing a bit of a market review. Let me know in the comments if you like that, and let me know if you are in on this trade that I shared. I gave you 2 days notice that I was going to get in on this trade, but just before it broke the trend line, I said when it breaks the trend line, I'm going to get in on this trade, and it has proved to be a cracker so far. Let's take a quick look on that one. Actually, no, not there. Let's have a look on USD. What is it as a percentage? Right here from this purchase point up to here, we're up 25% with no leverage. And I happen to take, I did some leverage trades in here, so I don't know what I'm up exactly, but I think I'd be up in the order of 40–50%. So crushing it right now with this trade, and I think we got a long way to go. I think this is going to head up, going to go smash past all-times high, smash past 60,000 pretty quickly, and I think we're going to get up over $70,000 here, probably inside the next month. Just my opinion. Just to, I'm not your financial planner. Do what you've got to do. Take on the risks yourself, and so that's the way it's going to be. All right, guys, take care, and I will see you soon.